LPBW. Matt Roloff criticized for greedy. New video as family dispute reemerges. Greetings, viewers. Welcome back to my channel. For the most recent news updates, kindly subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Matt Roloff was previously a beloved figure on Little People Big World. Fans of LPBW appreciated observing his management of Roloff Farms and his family upbringing. However, this altered when fans witnessed his conflict with his children regarding the land. The discussion commenced in 2021, when Zach resolved to converse with his father on his inheritance of a portion of the property. However, it culminated in a confrontation, and now the notorious Roloff farm dispute is widely known. Tensions escalated following Matt's refusal to permit his sons to inherit the family land. Viewers discovered that a same situation occurred after Jeremy married Audrey and sought to inherit the land to commence his ideal life. Years after the dispute, people are once again labeling him as avaricious following the release of a new film regarding the sale of the farm. What transpired on this occasion? LPBW. Matt Roloff persisted in reducing farm price after declining to sell it to his children. In recent years, the agricultural drama has intensified. Matt first intended to sell it to children at a substantial fee, about $2 million. They stated that they were unable to afford it. Rather than negotiating an agreement with them, Matt permitted external purchasers access to the land. Their conversations concluded at that point. The event occurred when Zach and Jeremy resolved to abandon their shared aspiration and embarked on separate endeavors. At one juncture, the LPBW patriarch converted sections of the farm into transient vacation accommodations. Supporters believed this was a provisional solution as he resolved familial matters. It became evident that Matt had relinquished the intention of bequeathing the land to his offspring. It appears that viewers remain unsatisfied regarding their criticism of Matt. They are criticizing him following this recent incident. What actions did Matt undertake? LPBW. Matt Roloff becomes involved in another farm controversy. Supporters are labeling him avaricious. The recent incident involving the LPBW family and their farm commenced on July 3rd. It featured an audacious new real estate video. Matt collaborated with Tursek Real Estate Group to market the big house and over 16 acres of Roloff Farms. The ostentatious advertisement showcased barns, a castle, and a model of a western village. Fans were already aware of his efforts to sell these components after encountering the listings on several websites repeatedly. The video described the site as iconic and not your typical farm listing. However, many were unimpressed by the ostentation. Instead, many were disheartened that it would not be awarded to one of the Roloff children. Commenters expressed their opinions candidly. One individual expressed, "It devastates me. I wish to visit once more before it is acquired by unfamiliar parties." Another remarked, "You will become a solitary elderly man, Matt." Numerous fans highlighted the price reductions and denounced what they perceived as hypocrisy. Why reduce the price now for outsiders, but not previously for your sons? A follower inquired. Others said that greed had cost him his family. Fans also criticized Matt for prioritizing wealth over legacy. One remark stated, "Your children contributed to the establishment of that farm, and you relinquished it for a singular payment." Viewers are now questioning whether Matt regrets the outcome of events. The home may possess a value in the millions, yet admirers contend that it incurred a significantly greater expense. For longtime viewers of the show, it is a lamentable conclusion to what may have evolved into a cherished family institution. The network terminated the series following 25 seasons. Monitor TV season and spoilers for additional updates on LPBW. Roloff family farm controversy in Little People Big World. Insights on the feud between Matt and Zach. Ownership details and additional information. A debacle on the farm. Matt Roloff and his former spouse Amy Roloff have seen numerous peaks and valleys regarding Roloff Farms, although the property's future has generated the most significant issues thus far. The stars of Little People Big World, who were wed for 27 years prior to their split in 2015, acquired acreage in Hillsboro, Oregon while Amy was expecting their twin sons, Jeremy and Zach Roloff. They welcomed their firstborn sons in May 1990. As their family expanded, Amy and Matt welcomed their daughter, Molly Roloff, in 1993, and their son, Jacob Roloff, in 1997, while the farm and its pumpkin patch festivities flourished. Amy exclusively informed Us Weekly in November 2021 that she was pregnant with twin boys and was not concentrating on the land. However, we possessed a remarkably beautiful piece of property. I long for that area. Subsequent to their separation, Amy transferred her share of the property to Matt. Throughout the years, the TLC star's affection for the farm persisted, hosting family weddings and providing the setting for their annual autumn photograph. It also hosted the wedding of Amy and her husband Chris Merrick in August 2021. Regrettably, the vast expanse of Roloff Farms has generated discord within the family, particularly following Matt's decision to refrain from selling a portion of the farm to his son Zach in 2021. In May 2022, the patriarch disclosed that he had put 16 acres of the Oregon property up for sale, asserting that his sons had no interest in it. It is somewhat intimidating yet predominantly exhilarating. On May 12th, Matt announced the sale on Instagram, stating, "It's time to transition to the next season of life." 3 days later, the San Francisco native elaborated on his choice to divest portions of the farm, asserting, "My ultimate aspiration was for the entire Roloff Farms property to remain within our family for generations." Preserving that aspiration at this juncture was simply not destined to occur. Matt asserted, "My twin sons opted against collaborating for a potential joint sale." Both individuals, along with their expanding families, had transitioned to alternative hobbies and investments. In May, Zach publicly criticized his father on social media, asserting that Matt's statement regarding his twin sons' disinterest in the farm is profoundly misguided and false. The father of three remarked, "This post represents a new shocking low of cowardice and manipulation of his family and children for personal gain." In that same month, Season 23 of Little People Big World debuted on TLC, highlighting the conflict between father and son regarding the land. Zach stated during the May 17th show, "My father and I engaged in extensive discussions over the summer regarding the potential outcome. My father was unequivocally fostering the dialogue. Upon reconvening, the couple encountered unforeseen complications. Ultimately, my father and I convened a meeting, which included his girlfriend Karen Chandler and my wife Tori to facilitate the process. However, the outcome was unfavorable. It was unfavorable." Matt asserted throughout the show that Zach entered with considerable intensity. He did not enter to bargain. He entered to assert his demands. Scroll down for a comprehensive analysis of the Roloff family's challenges and successes regarding their Oregon farm. Tori Roloff expresses that her emotions are erratic following the disposition of her children's crib. Husband Zach Roloff has been transparent regarding their personal life. Although they have departed from reality television, the couple has conveyed the vicissitudes of their family life through social media and their podcast, Raising Heights. Following an Instagram post regarding the permanent storage of the family crib, it appears that Tori Roloff was earnest in her prior declaration of ceasing to have children. Tori may not articulate those precise words in the message, yet the subtext is undeniably present. Zach and Tori are currently occupied with 3 little children. It is logical for them to cease expanding their family and concentrate on their demanding lives as a family of 5. They have previously expressed their views on this matter. Has Tori Roloff concluded her childbearing? On August 11th, 2024, Tori posted on Instagram showcasing her and Zach's youngest child, Josiah. Tori indicated in the caption that dismantling the crib utilized for 7 years and among 3 children is a significant milestone for them. However, she noted that it also allows her to see her children as they mature and acquire new skills in their subsequent developmental stages. This serves as an additional method for Tori to dismiss the suggestions encouraging her to have one more. Previously, in July 2024, Zach and Tori disclosed in their podcast that they had resolved to cease attempts at expanding their family. At that time, Tori remarked that they would never know if any future offspring would inherit achondroplasia, the type of dwarfism shared by their 3 children. Zach and Tori adhere to a Christian faith. However, Contrary to common assumptions, the Roloffs do not subscribe to the same fundamentalist beliefs as the Duggars, another TLC family, particularly regarding procreation as dictated by divine will. Rather, Zach and Tori draw upon their faith without allowing it to govern their family planning decisions. Tori previously disclosed experiencing a missed miscarriage prior to her pregnancy with Josiah. She revealed on Raising Heights that in 2021, she learned of her baby's loss during her 8-week ultrasound appointment. Tori expressed her frustration with her physique during the podcast at that time. "I experienced a missed miscarriage, indicating that my body did not recognize the fetal demise." Unbeknownst to them at the time, Josiah ultimately became the final component of their family unit. Tori Roloff solicits prayers from followers following daughter Lila's fainting incident. Tori Roloff solicits prayers from followers following daughter Lila's fainting incident. Tori Roloff, a star of Little People, Big World, recently made a poignant appeal on Instagram, urging her followers to pray for her 4-year-old daughter, Lila. The worried mother posted a candid image on her Instagram stories, depicting Lila appearing to be unconscious. Fans acquainted with the Roloff family's narrative are cognizant that Lila has encountered several health adversities in her youth. What is the current status of Lila? This is the information we possess. On August 31st, Tori Roloff engaged with her Instagram fans, as reported by TV show's Ace, by sharing a photograph of Lila peacefully napping. Lila is depicted grasping a toy space gun while attired in her daytime garments, a pearl necklace, and her spectacles. Tori captioned the photo, "Kindly offer a prayer for a morning. She succumbed to slumber at 5:45, incorporating a laughing emoji to alleviate the tone. Although her tweet is lighthearted, Tori's appeal for prayers has garnered attention from admirers who are consistently willing to help the Roloff family. Some fans have previously noted that Tori can be somewhat theatrical in her social media posts, yet her commitment to her children is unequivocal. In this case, it appears that Lila was merely fatigued from a day of recreation, resulting in her retiring sooner than customary. Although Tori's article was jovial, it is crucial to acknowledge that Lila has encountered several health challenges. Viewers of Little People, Big World are aware that all 3 of Tori and Zach Roloff's children, Jackson, Lila, and Josiah, were born with achondroplasia, the predominant kind of dwarfism. This condition necessitates vigilant oversight and medical intervention throughout their lives. Earlier this year, Lila underwent a tonsillectomy and adenoidectomy, an operation that can be intimidating for any kid, particularly one with pre-existing health concerns. Tori and Zach were exceedingly proud of Lila's adeptness during the procedure, with Tori disseminating updates on social media to inform their followers. The treatment was successful, and Lila's tenacity astonished both her parents and her followers. Nonetheless, akin to every parent, Tori remains attentive to her children's welfare, and her Instagram post presumably embodies that inherent apprehension. Currently, it appears that Lila's early bedtime was merely a consequence of a hectic day, rather than an indication of any emerging health concerns. Tori has not yet furnished more details regarding whether Lila awakened later in the evening or if she remained asleep throughout the night. Following their departure from Little People, Big World, Tori and Zach Roloff have concentrated on new pursuits, including their podcast, Raising Heights. The couple declared earlier this year their decision to depart from the show that has been a substantial aspect of their lives since 2006. Despite their exit, followers persist in tracking Tori and Zach on social media, keen to observe their expanding family. The Roloffs have been cherished by audiences who have observed their navigation of life's challenges with poise and wit. Although they are no longer frequent participants on television, Tori and Zach's social media activity maintains their connection with fans on their journey. Tori is notably engaged, frequently sharing heartwarming moments and updates regarding their 3 children, thereby fostering a connection with their audience. Lila's latest nap exemplifies the unpredictability inherent in life with small children. Tori and Zach consistently share the joys and hardships of parenthood with their fans, whether it involves an early bedtime or a new milestone. Although this recent post was jovial, it is evident that the Roloffs are dedicated to keeping their audience informed and involved. What is your opinion on Lila's premature slumber? Was it merely the consequence of a hectic day, or do you believe there is further context to consider? Remain attentive for further updates regarding the Roloff family as they persist in navigating life's challenges with their characteristic love and tenacity. Zach and Tori Roloff disclosed their primary sentiments regarding the absence of filming for the TLC show and their potential return to television. Zach and Tori Roloff are reflecting on their tenure on Little People, Big World following their formal departure last year. Tori, 33, stated on the February 5th episode of Jinger Duggar and Jeremy Voila's podcast, "I am uncertain if we truly miss the show, as we are now sharing our lives on our own terms, which is, frankly, a gift. We can effectively manage the narrative of what is presented, particularly with our children participating. We have the discretion to select what we disclose to them." Tori and Zach, both 34, expressed that although they do not miss the filming process, they do miss the connections established behind the scenes. Zach was on the TLC series that debuted in 2006 alongside his parents Matt and Amy and brothers Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob. The series depicted the family operating a farm collaboratively in Oregon. Zach encountered Tori while collaborating on the farm. The couple married in 2015 and have since had 3 children: Jackson Kyle, 7, Lila Ray, 5, and Josiah Luke, 2. In February 2024, Zach and Tori declared their departure from Little People, Big World. Zach Roloff and his spouse Tori have announced their departure from Little People, Big World following 25 seasons. Zach expressed contentment with the decision to depart. However, he recognized his ambivalence around the possibility of his family returning to television in the future. "It is also challenging. There are specific days when I contemplate, perhaps we could achieve it, but then I immediately recall some grievances that troubled me at the time, regardless of their validity or my discontent with them," he reflected on Wednesday. "It is essential to occasionally remind oneself of the reasons for our departure, as there may be days when one awakens, having consumed excessive coffee, and contemplates, we could undertake this once more." Matt Roloff of Little People, Big World is selling the family's renowned farm, a catalyst for ambitious aspirations. Exclusive, Matt Roloff, 63, has put 16 acres of the 109-acre Helvetia, Oregon property, showcased on the popular TLC series about his family, on the market for $2,895,000, as confirmed by People, including the 5,373-square-foot farmhouse, through the Real brokerage. "Roloff Farm and the original farmhouse have been a significant aspect of my life for over 30 years, the reality star stated in an exclusive comment to People. This legacy property was shared with millions globally through Little People Big World. It encompasses some of my most cherished memories and will eternally reside in my heart." Matt Roloff of Little People Big World has listed the family farm, showcased in the TLC series, for $4 million. "Indeed, I had sincerely wished for the farm to remain within the family indefinitely, but circumstances intervened, and that was not destined to occur," stated Matt. "My children each lead remarkable lives, some managing their own farms, pursuing various projects, and realizing their individual aspirations, which I respect and take great pride in." Matt reflected on his life and the land, asserting, "As I near my 64th birthday, this elderly gentleman has discovered that less is indeed more. Nowadays, I derive pleasure from life's simpler gifts, cherishing moments with my beloved grandchildren, concentrating on a new, thrilling television project, and basking in the Arizona sunshine." The main residence features 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms, including a principal suite, 2 offices, a custom kitchen, and a home theater, according to the listing by Matthew Tursek of the Real brokerage. Additionally, the property boasts a 6-car garage, an outdoor swimming pool, and a jacuzzi. The century-old farmhouse received renovations a few years ago, incorporating modern enhancements such as granite countertops and stainless steel equipment in the kitchen. In May 2022, Matt initially listed the property for sale at $4 million. That same year, he commenced offering the property as a short-term vacation rental, articulating the joy it brought to guests. "It has been immensely gratifying to witness others develop an affection for the land as we did," he remarked. "Having recently completed my new residence on the adjoining 80 acres, where I will persist in homesteading, the moment feels appropriate to transfer stewardship." Given the site's significance to the Roloff family and their achievements, Matt aspires for the land to similarly benefit its future proprietors. He states, "This property is not merely a residence, it is a catalyst for grand aspirations. There exists a certain enchantment here. Upon entering the farm, your senses awaken, your imagination flourishes, and your heart resonates with a sense of belonging. We are confident that the next owner will cherish it as deeply as we have," he stated. The sale of the land and property has been fraught with difficulties for the father of four. Initially, the property listing generated conflict between Matt's then-girlfriend Karen Chandler and his son Zach, which was depicted on the show. "I have been deliberating on the appropriate course of action for the northern section of the farm," Matt stated at that time. "This process has been fraught with emotions and frustration. However, I now possess a new strategy. If it unfolds as I anticipate, I believe life on the farm will undergo a permanent transformation." Little People Big World debuted in 2006 and has completed 25 seasons. Zach and his spouse Tori Roloff departed from the series in April 2024 after declaring that season 25 would be their final season in February. In May, Matt expressed that departing from television sounds fine by me, while the show's future remained